Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Vinyl and Hops. We titled it without you because you didn't tell us what you wanted it to be called. I didn't know. I had to name it something. So here we are, second installment. We got some brews, we got some vinyl. We're going to talk about both. Let's start with the beer.
This time we have St. Arnold's Divine Reserve number 17, which is a Baltic porter, and I believe it comes in around like 9.7%. So it'll get you there, that's for sure.
It'd be cool if it was 17%.
Because it's Divine Reserve 17?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I'm probably going to die after this, but we'll see. Here we go. I had the 16, going with the 17. I can't smell anything.
It smells like a porter.
To me it tastes very similar to the 16, but my palate is not refined.
I don't remember the 16. It's been like a year. Because that's how they release those series.
It's definitely got like the bourbon flavor to it, right?
I'm not sure.
It's got
something.
It's got something.
I don't know if this one's barrel aged or not off the top of my head. I didn't do that much research on this beer. I could Raybeans it.
Oh, we don't Raybeans on this channel. Or no, we probably do. What we need is an Alexa, because this is video. We need to do everything. We can't show people that we're Raybeans and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So St. Arnold Divine Reserve 17. I will probably have this one, and that will be it. I couldn't drink these in any situation. I'm sorry, St. Arnold's. There is no situation aside from what I'm doing right now where I would say, yeah, I think this is a good idea.
That's usually my approach to the Bishop's Barrel series, which are the higher alcohol ones.
This is, even at 10%, this is, not something you want to kick back 3 or 4 of.
Oh, no, definitely not. You drink like one of these and then you switch to a lawnmower or a 5 o'clock pills.
Yeah.
Or St. Arnold's other offerings that won't get you completely smashed.
Yes. Agreed. So it definitely has a good taste, but like I said, I think it's a one and done kind of thing, which is difficult if you're buying the bottle because it definitely pours more than one. So split it with a friend.
Like we're doing.
That's right, like we're doing, and talk about some music, which we're about to do right meow. So it was all me last time. I wanted to get Raybeans involved in his vinyl collection as well, so this isn't primarily a metal vinyl episode by any means, but it's still good music that you should at least check out and give a listen to if you haven't already heard it. And we're about to talk about it. So since I have more than you, I will start out here.
It's good logic.
With my one metal entry this week. It is one of my I'd say top 5 albums of all time. I think I can say that. Maybe, no, I might have to put it top 10. I'm sorry, top 10 of all time. I can't put you top 5.
Just because there are other albums from that band.
They have other albums that I like better than this one. Goddamn. Carcass, Heartwork, on the Perpetual Decay Green, which is gorgeous. Love it. Look at this fine thing. I think I played it once just because, and that's about it. Man, what can I say about Heartwork? First heard it 95 or 96. I was into metal, like your Metallica, your Megadeth, whatever. Met a buddy in my English class, Chuck Nutt, yep, that's you, who was into stuff a little bit heavier, and he had Heartwork on cassette. Pretty much changed my life and is the reason I'm here today. Wow, these guys, you know Carcass, obviously. You're not watching this and going, who's Carcass? I assume. But just for me, growing up, once again, being 16 in the mid-90s, and you couldn't just go find any band you wanted to online and listen to it. You actually had to know someone that you could get a dub from on a cassette, or you had to press your luck and get something that you had no idea whether it was going to be good or not on your 3 weeks of allowance that it cost to buy a cassette. This album to me is just amazing front to back. I love it, every song. Favorite song on the album would probably be Death Certificate. And then it's got a lot of Amat influences, which you would take into his own band with Arch Enemy, but still, I mean, it's not as good as Carcass. Just with the way Bill Steer writes and Jeff Walker's lyrics, and even back then with now I'm drawing a blank on the drummer's name. I'm so sorry. I have to forget somebody's name or an album's name at least one in an episode.
I'm no help here.
It just, you could have taken these songs and thrown, blast beats and double kick, kind of like when they did the Carcass reunion tour and the Arch Enemy drummer was playing. It just didn't feel right. He's almost more of a rock, metal, punk rock kind of influenced drummer. That's the way I took it anyway, and it's just not putting your typical metal beats to it. That's what made it stand out for me, aside from all the great guitar work and the amazing vocals. So working to buy every Carcass album on vinyl. I really wanted to get Necroticism on the pink vinyl, but I missed out on it. I'm sure I could grab it off of some third-party seller site and pay a little bit more for it. But this, if you've never heard Carcass, I think it's a good transition. I think you can listen to bands like Metallica and Megadeth and more traditional heavy metal bands and listen to Heartwork and then gradually get into death metal and some other things. It's a great gateway album. Like, just have this and the others will be, will taste even better. True story. And pick it up. If you've never heard it, check it on Spotify. Do something, because this band is fantastic. And I am so glad to own this. And a 16-year-old me would not assume that I would be doing this right now, nor had I seen them twice live. So, you can do it too, children. Let's dive into some Raybeans. What you got?
All right, well, I'll start with an album that right after I started collecting vinyl, my uncle had heard, and he decided he was going to give me a collection. I don't know, he probably gave me 10 records out of his collection. He's got a massive collection. And this is one of those albums that he gave me at the time that I had never heard of at the time, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm a huge fan, or know a whole lot about him, listen to him on a regular basis, but this is Gil Scott Heron and Brian Jackson, 1980. I mostly like this one, other than the music's very good, is this awesome album art that's there.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty fantastic.
I want to listen to it based on the freaking cover. That's amazing. I already want to jam with those dudes.
That's how I felt when he handed it to me. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta go listen to this. And this is like a perfect album after you've had a few of these and you're feeling really good, just to throw on and groove to, basically. I mean, it's like a jazz, funk type music, so it's just got good grooves, good music, good
there's a
singing.
lot of good, like, kind of the funk kind of transitioning from the 70s into the 80s, kind of getting more some of those electronic sounds in there as well. And there's some good stuff. I just picked up the Chick Corea kind of 80s jazz album, which I'll talk about down the road. And then you get into your Herbie Hancocks and your, that kind of stuff too. A lot of good kind of jazz, fusion, electronic, I don't even know what you call it, but just really good stuff there to check out. And I imagine Gil Scott might be some of the same. Yep,
definitely up that alley. Definitely worth checking out if you ever see it on a discount bin anywhere.
So we're going to stick with the retro, and I will preface this story because the next three that I talk about are all related. A few years ago, a buddy turned me on to a YouTube show called Yacht Rock. And that opened up a whole new world of music for me. I mean, just being a musical, primarily, I love metal. But I love anything that sounds good. And I'd never really given what they dubbed Yacht Rock a chance, and fell in love with a lot of amazing artists, musicians, bands, and a lot of their vinyl is not that expensive to get original pressings of. So I'm going to start with the first one here. When I heard the Doobie Brothers, I knew Blackwater. That's the only song I ever knew by them. Just, I don't know, it's just the one I'd heard. Never knew they had this side to them at all. Oh, let me bring you the Doobs, Minute by Minute. This will change your life. Michael McDonald has the voice of an angel. And if you feel otherwise, please comment and leave your address so I can come to your house. Not to beat you up, just to...
He's going to stand outside with a boombox.
I'm going to stand outside with a boombox playing Michael McDonald's greatest hits. Because, man, this dude has a voice. And he changed this band from kind of a 70s southern rock kind of sound to the sweet, sweet jams that are on this album. Let me just say, What a Fool Believes, amazing. What? Okay, 1978, I'm thinking this album is 78, yeah. 2 songs about fools. Like, fools must have been the real deal back then, because there's 2 songs. What a Fool Believes and How Do the Fools Survive? I mean, I don't know what they believe, but I hope they survive. Minute by Minute. Just this whole album is so good. I can't express enough to you how you need to listen to this now. Nothing special about this. I'm pretty sure this is an original pressing that I got maybe for $4 off eBay. So there's plenty of these out there. Great addition to your collection. Seriously, like in the summer, if you somehow have an outdoor patio and you can play the music out there, put this on and entertain your guests with just something amazing. I can't say enough about this. You just have to hear it. You have to hear the sweet, sweet vocals of Michael McDonald, and this is really where it all starts, I think. So, do yourselves a favor, Minute by Minute, the Doobie Brothers, who are also on an episode of What's Happening. If you ever watched that show, I did.
I do have to admit that I had never listened to them before, and then you told me to listen to Michael McDonald, and I was hooked from there.
See?
It is true.
Yacht Rock. Also check out their podcast now that they have called Beyond Yacht Rock, available on iTunes, Android, and all that as well.
All right. Guess I'll dive into my second and only record for tonight.
I like it.
So, you know, Rob was talking about how Carcass had an influence on him when he was younger. It took me a little bit longer to come around to metal. I started out on the punk and ska side, and then eventually learned to love metal along the way. One of the first ska albums that I remember actually buying and just listening to nonstop was this one from Streetlight Manifesto, Everything Goes Numb. It is just it's not your typical ska sound of just upbeat and positive and happy-go-lucky. It's got some like really heavier riffs, and of all the bands I've ever seen in concert, they're probably up there in the top 3 of the best shows I've ever been to. Just you feel the energy from, I always butcher his name, of Tomas I can't say his name. Just call him TK. That's what the online forums call him. So,
now, how many members of Streetlight Manifesto were in Catch-22?
about half, I want to say off the top of my head.
Okay, because I was familiar with Catch-22, and I really enjoyed Keysby Nights, and that whole sound, and then I saw that was kind of redone by Streetlight Manifesto.
Yeah, they left, half of them left Catch-22, then they went into Bandits of the Acoustic Revolution, where they wrote some early versions of what turned into Streetlight songs later on. But it was just all acoustic stuff as they kind of bridged the gap and figured out what they wanted to do. So then they took some of the heavier parts, because Catch-22 is... Keys Me Nights is where they really started kind of diving into that darker ska sound.
Yeah, that's why I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and then this took it even further. Every Streetlight album just gets darker and darker. And it's... RX Bandits and Streetlight kind of started out the same way, of super happy-go-lucky ska and just kind of, what it is. And then they both kind of, they've grown heavier and heavier throughout the years. And then RX Bandits took this sharp right corner off the deep end to like progressive ska almost, is what I want to call it. But this is more of the punk ska side of it, where it's still just raw, but the music's there that you'd expect from a really technical ska band. And the other positive about this album is it's actually 2 discs, and one of them is the gray.
It's not really a disc.
Vinyl record, whatever. Sorry, wording here is.
I don't want to offend the snobs who could be listening or watching.
Definitely don't want to offend anybody. Sometimes.
Oh,
yeah.
Listen to the podcast. You'll feel differently.
And then the other record is a translucent red, which really stands out and see through pretty well. But yeah, definitely one of the first ones that I really, hugely became a fan of. And as soon as I started collecting vinyl, this was the one I went and seeked out above any other records. But Streetlight Manifesto, everything goes numb.
All right, back to the 70s. We've got Asia. Steely Dan. Never thought I'd be a Steely Dan fan. There was a couple songs there with a different singer. Ones you'd hear on your classic rock stations or whatever, and they'd be like, "That's a Steely Dan." I'm like, "That's awful." But started off, once again, based on Yacht Rock, hearing the song Peg, features Michael McDonald, who has the voice of an angel, if you remember what I said earlier. Kind of got into Steely Dan. I learned a little bit about them. There is a making of kind of Asia documentary that's available on YouTube, so search for that. Just the amount of musicians that they used. Like there was, a solo, I believe in Peg, that, they had 2 or 3 different musicians come in and play the solo. That's how particular they were about one solo on one song. I heard some stories about some of the other musicians, maybe horn section or so they would come in and be like, "Yeah, we were there for hours, trying to get one part and do it as many takes as we can." So it's now with studio tricks and trickery and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just back then. Yeah. If you wanted to do something like this, you really had to put the time in. You had to be great musicians. And this is just a great album if you kind of want to get into Steely Dan. I think this is Asia's where you start. And I got to see them 2 years ago. And it was everything I hoped it would be. Still bringing it. And check this one out. I paid $3.99 for this, so you can probably go to almost any record store and find a copy of this. It's a great record, great band, and check it out if you're into the musics and looking for something different. And you'll know what the theme is for the last 2 records, right? They're on vinyl.
Take a guess what's coming.
Take a guess what is coming. This was a $2.99 purchase here. This is almost thrifty vinyl. I'm saving you money. Boom! Look at this handsome fellow. Yep, there he is. The man, Michael McDonald. If that's what it takes. So many good songs. I loved. In '94, I'm in 9th grade. Walking home from school, people are bumping Regulate from Warren G. Non-stop. You're just driving by Regulate. Love that jam. It wasn't until, within the last 5 years, realized that was a sample from a Michael McDonald song. So, if the rappers think it's cool, it must be cool, right? No, I don't know. This album, I keep forgetting, Love Lies, I Gotta Try, which is also on a Kenny Loggins record, which I also have. Those three songs back to back to back are one of the best trios of songs by Michael McDonald. You thought I was going to say ever. Not ever, but for Michael McDonald. Seriously, look at this guy. He's handsome. He has the voice of an angel. Why would you not want to listen to this? Yeah, it's so good. I mean, if you watched this 40-year-old version, there's lots of Michael McDonald reference, and I was not a Michael McDonald fan the first time I watched the movie, but then I went back and I was like, ooh, yeah. I was like, I just wanted the movie to be Michael McDonald, honestly. So good. So, I think this might be his first solo record. It's definitely my favorite. Once again, produced by Ted Templeman, who also produced the Doobie Brothers record. Gave it a listen and listen to the smoothness. That's what you need to learn to appreciate, regardless of whatever kind of music you like. It's got to be smooth. It's got to really hit you, you know. And this is smooth music. And if you watch Yacht Rock, or you want to watch Yacht Rock, you're already on YouTube, so just head over there after this. You'll understand the power of smooth music and how it can take you to another level. So, boom! That's it. We gave you some vinyls and some beers. We'll try to be a little better on the beer side going forward. We'll maybe do some research on the beer just to provide you the vinyl. I don't have to do too much research because I love it so much.
Yeah, the beer was kind of a rushed purchase. I wasn't expecting to find it, and then it was there, and I couldn't pass on it. So
Right.
That's why it was brought to you so suddenly.
So, if you like this, we also have a podcast. It's available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. We are there. Search Live on Tape Delay. A new episode's available every Monday. We talk music, we talk sports, we talk random Reddit articles. If you like anything you've seen here, you'll really like the podcast because it's pretty much a shit show. So 95 episodes for you to choose from. Wide variety of topics. Check that out. And if you like this, anything we can be doing better, let us know in the comment section below, and maybe we'll try it.
And our very nice brash Teku glasses that we're drinking out of say pinky out, motherfuckers.
Yep, so pinky out, motherfuckers. Bye. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. That's for the outtakes. But I'm not going to edit it. So I'm just going to do a regular peace sign like that.